This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you're drawn to this reading, we're taking a look at a particular connection, of course. I'm calling this reading a passionate love affair. Each and every sign will have a reading. So let's go ahead and take a look at that energy for you, whatever sign you are tuned in and watching. So focusing on connections that maybe in the beginning were super intense, very magnetic. You guys got along great, very compatible. And as time unfolded, perhaps things have cooled down, or you might not be with this person. Maybe you guys are at a distance from one another. You could be together, but going through some challenges. So I'm just kind of keeping it open to whatever presents itself here. I do have these decks that I am drawn to, and it was perfect that this was the very first deck, since that's what this reading is called, A Passionate Love Affair, the Whirlwind Romance Oracle. This one's by Angelic Revelation 144. And we're going to take a look at what went wrong, and ultimately, does this person have any regrets? So I'll be using both of these decks, my Shadows and Secrets deck, as well as Mystic Moon's Twin Flame Shadows. You don't, of course, have to identify with a twin flame connection. I'm just drawn to these particular decks here. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and take a look at what they need to tell you now at the time that you are tuned in and watching this reading. We'll be using Sister Moon Tarot's deck for that one. Relationship design cards. Of course, I'll clarify everything with various tarot decks. And let's get started. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what message comes through for you. Hi there, Leo. Let's get into some messages here. I hope you guys are well. For those new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully there's something regarding your situation that I'll be able to tap into. So current energies is what we're taking a look at first. All right, Leo, so let's get into it. For the collective, what do we need to know? We're starting off with supportive. Solid as a rock, united together, ready to face life's challenges, hand in hand, okay? So for some of you, you might even be thinking of a current situation, somebody that you are physically with right now. But I'm also getting, this could pertain to those of you who are in separation who lacked the support from your partner. And so maybe currently they're thinking, this is what I should have offered to begin with. So we'll look at that, of course, with tarot messages and see how that comes through. What else, please, for Leo? Sensual, a sexy person and sensual connection. So they find you to be very attractive, Leo. Maybe you're just as attracted to this person. The physical connection, there's no question, the chemistry is there. Okay. We have private, a private person who wants to protect your connection from the world. So, you know, maybe this person wasn't very active on social media. They tended to not put things out, you know, on their page, not really wanting to announce to the world that they were in a relationship. Maybe they kept that stuff to themselves, you know. But I'm kind of feeling here, Leo, that for some of you, maybe you might have either resented that, or you preferred that things weren't so private. I'm just kind of getting that for somebody here. You know, maybe you're the type to be the total opposite, where you're always posting things on your social media, or maybe on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. You know, you're proud of your connection and you want to shout at the top of the world, you know, the top of your lungs, to let everybody know that you're with this person. But, you know, maybe you guys were just on opposite pages, you know, where they would prefer that it didn't really get out there. They preferred to just keep things private, as we see. All right, let's grab one more here. A higher love. A love that uplifts you both and others. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify and see what comes through here. So I'll be using Calico Moon Oracle's deck here. It's called the Pining Rose Tarot. And of course, I'll link everything down below from today's reading. All right, Leo, so what are we seeing here? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Leo. Whoops, I have a card coming towards me upside down, so it is in the reverse, which is the Ten of Cups. All right, so of course in the upright, it's a beautiful energy, marriage, family, hopes, dreams, love, contentment, home, all of the amazing stuff that we would want in our partnership. But unfortunately, it is coming up in the reverse here, Leo. Okay, so that's kind of what I felt from the very beginning with this card, the supportive message, you know, where things were solid, you guys were united. It's like a united front, but maybe behind closed doors, it was the total opposite thing. You know, you guys could have lived together, and maybe when you got home, there were a lot of disagreements and arguments, rather than really showing each other how you feel or extended yourself. Certainly sensually, maybe that was lacking. Okay, either you were married to this person or you guys talked about marriage. So I really feel it's the total opposite. Like, it was not united. You could have been on opposite ends of the spectrum here. Because the Ten of Cups in the reverse can represent a broken family. There could have been domestic disharmony going on, disagreements, arguments. It's basically a shattered dream, perhaps, when it comes to the idea of spending your life with somebody. So this could have been a relationship that fell apart because somebody just was not on the same page. Oh, we've got the Five of Swords. Look at the next card here, guys. We've got the Tower. So yeah, more than likely, if you relate to this already, at one point in time, or maybe you still do have love in your heart for this person, but there was something that just happened and it came in as a Tower. It could have been unexpected. Maybe you didn't see it coming, but it was not a good time in the partnership. Okay, and more than likely that had to do with whatever was going on in this situation. There could have been other people in the picture. So there could have been cheating, there could have been infidelity here. Maybe either yourself or this person, they could have been attracted to somebody else. It could have just been a physical connection. So it is coming through as a possible third party for some of you guys. So it's kind of making sense a little bit here that if you experienced infidelity in your relationship, it could have been your partner that was keeping things private because they didn't want you to know something. We do see the Empress. Okay, so that represents a feminine energy. Okay, nurturing, motherhood, pregnancy. For some of you guys, maybe it represented an unexpected pregnancy, or it could have been a third party, and that could have broken you guys up if somebody ended up getting pregnant and just created a really complicated situation. Complicated. All right, give me another card, please, for Leo. All right, well, we have another reverse card, which is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this person that's coming through in this reading, they could have been fantasizing about other people, could have been sexual fantasies, honestly. Yeah, they just had way too many choices here. Options that they entertained. And so more than likely, that's what brought this Tower situation down. Oh, but wait a minute. Sorry, this came up in the reverse. Okay. So the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This person, I still feel they were fantasizing about other people, but, you know, they just also weren't really clear as to what their idea of love or a good relationship was, perhaps. You know, they might have had this particular illusion of what they wanted to create, and maybe it backfired. So until they were able to have a clear vision or picture of what it was that they wanted for their life or relationship. So that kind of represents confusion on their part. And until they were able to gain clarity, you know, that could explain why they did what they did. Three of Pentacles. For some reason, whenever I'm doing a reading and there's this third-party element to it, that card comes through. And basically, my interpretation of that is when we've got a connection where there's more than two people, that this can't happen, because the Three of Pentacles represents two people working on a particular connection together. You know, it's the two of you. You create a team together. And once you add a third person into that equation, it's not going to work. Because if your partner has one foot out the door or investing their time with somebody else, there is no teamwork. There's just a third party. We do have the Fool, though. So what I can tell you about this person coming in for this reading is they want to start again. That may not be possible, especially if you don't want that. But this could be... I wasn't even intending on having ex-partner readings here or references, but practically each sign that I've done, somebody from the past is wanting to return. And I feel the same thing for you, Leo. Somebody from your past. Maybe they feel like a fool at this point for something that happened or whatever they did here. Because now, this is what they desire. Their current energies, the way it's presenting itself here, is they want a new beginning with you. Because clearly, it came to an end here. Some of you could be thinking of Scorpio here. So something that ended, they want to be able to revive it. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else needs to come through here based off of this situation. All right, so now we're going to take a look at what went wrong. I mean, we already have an idea of what went wrong, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper. Do they regret it? I feel they do. But let's see. What else? For Leo. All right, here we go. Wow, guys. Okay, we've got the Fighter. We've got the Butcher. Bottom of the deck, we've got Beauty Sleep. Okay, wow. Okay, these cards. All right, so this one, the Fighter, likes to start arguments, never backs down even when they are at fault. Abusive partner, unfair, fights dirty, a sore loser, melodramatic. So this could be an ex-partner. And then we have the Butcher, entering into a relationship, emotionally broken, serial heartbreaker, will butcher your heart into a million pieces. So this is somebody that went into the connection knowing that they were unhealed, that they still had issues from prior relationships. So maybe somebody cheated on them and that was their way of acting out, was following that pattern of cheating as well. And this clarifies it. We have Beauty Sleep here. A promiscuous partner, sleeps around, third-party situation, sneakiness, lies, a secret rendezvous. There we go. So let's go ahead and grab a couple cards to add to that from Mystic Moon's deck here. So this is definitely taking a look at the shadow aspect of the connection. What went wrong? Do they regret it? Yes, they do. Yes, they do, because I feel they want to come back. So what else for Leo? Lust, Could have just been about the physical, guys. It could have just been sexually driven, honestly. They weren't looking for love. They were looking for just a hookup, probably. And then we have faithless. Maybe they didn't even believe in committed partnerships or monogamy or whatever the case might have been. If they lost hope, then they weren't able to offer that hope and faith in a partnership that they went into. So that could have been what you experienced with them. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we can bring forward here. They had issues coming in. I feel this person, since we're focusing on their shadows here, I feel that doing their own shadow work could be very healing for them. You know, they could have certain behaviors that they tend to repeat, certain karmic cycles that they have yet to learn from or address. So yeah, they're definitely thinking about you. Look, okay, maybe they recognize at this point, because it's coming through again, that they weren't on the same page. You know, you guys were not working as a team as long as they were involved with other people. And so now they can't help but think about you, you know. But they also recognize that they're the reason why things ended, why that cycle came to an end, you know, why it completed. It's like a story or like a book, and you finally got to the last page and realized that's the end. Time to move forward. Time to open up a different story, a different book. And maybe that's what you did. Because they are clearly coming in. Look at this card. I mean, we've got the Devil. Some of you guys could be thinking of Capricorn here. And look, here we are with the Three of Swords. So they definitely hurt you, and it's got something to do with a third party. It's coming through here, and it's referenced by the Three of Swords. They had temptations outside of the connection. But here's the thing. Look at that, Five of Cups. So maybe it took a while, but maybe they didn't realize how much they actually lost once they got involved with other people and ultimately ruined the relationship. So this person regrets it big time. If you've ever wondered that. If you've ever wondered if they still think about you, they do. Have they ever regretted their actions? Yes. Will you ever take them back if they resurface in your life? That's up to you. But it's coming through that they are thinking about you. And of course, the Six of Cups can represent a desire to come back together. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what do they need to tell you now at this point. Okay, so we see their regrets. We see what went wrong, how they're currently feeling. For Leo, please. Look at this, guys. We've got barriers, delay, third party, and walls. We can't seem to get away from that one. Childhood, past lives, karmic ties. I do feel that for this person that's coming in, Leo. They have had a history that could have certainly traumatized them, but it's unhealed. And so they create situations that are challenging. And it's clearly indicated that for some of you, if you relate to this, it could have been a third party. Look at this, more walls. Walls, walls. But this could be where you're at, you know, guarded, defensive walls. This is you protecting your space now. In the event that they do come back or reach out to you, you could be on guard, you know? Maybe you're not so open to allowing them back into your life. But this certainly is what they're hoping for, to fix things. What do they need to tell you now? They acknowledge the past, the history that you guys have shared. They also acknowledge the fact and don't blame you that you might have your walls up. But this is still focused on what they need to tell you. And what they need to tell you is that they would love to be able to reignite this partnership. Okay? And if there's a part of your heart that's able to forgive and I do hope that that's the case, because even if you don't take this person back, it's always very healing to find or to be able to forgive regardless, because that's something that you do for yourself. You don't want to be the vessel for anger, you know, that's just gonna fester as time unfolds. So you have to have enough love for yourself to be able to find forgiveness. And of course, you know, you got to honor where you're at on your path. If you're watching this and you're like, I am never going to forgive this person, you know, you got to do what feels right for you. Yeah, we already know they had too many options there. It's like a kid in a candy store. You know, you can't decide what it is that you want. You want what you want and you go after it. So multiple possibilities. They could have been talking to more than one person. I mean, we have the third party reference, so I'm just feeling that this was someone who played the field. You know, just enjoying other people. Maybe all they were after could have just been physical connections with people. Not so much tapped into the heart space. This keeps popping up, Three of Pentacles, okay? So I really do feel that they recognize that they just were not able to deliver that. You know, Three of Pentacles is a pretty significant message that's coming through in this reading. It came through 3 times, Leo. You know, teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. I know. It's almost like I can hear them. It's like, I know this is what I needed to bring, but I didn't bring it. And so now I'm telling you, I recognize that. I want to be a part of your team and not allow other people to be a part of that. Just you and I. That's what I'm kind of feeling when it comes to this person. I recognize that the choices that I made before were wrong, and now I want to fix things. I want to get back together with you. If there's a part of you that would want that too, you might just find that this person is on the same page now. But there are also those of you who are guarded, and you've built these walls around yourself to prevent this person from coming back, and that's okay too. You've got your own free will to do with this what you want. And it's true. Look at this next card. Part of the history was this. That tower, right? Where everything kind of fell apart because of some challenging situations. Whether it was third party or not, it was still challenging. If you happen to be Divine Feminine, you know, Queen of Swords coming in, representing the Divine Feminine. Candid and quick-witted. I mean, you don't mess around with the Queen of Swords. You know, Queen of Swords is going to cut you out. And also putting up those boundaries. Very cutting with communication if need be. So I have a feeling, Divine Feminine, if you relate to that, in no uncertain terms, you might have let this person know that you weren't going to be putting up with their nonsense. What they're bringing towards you, though, is this solid offer to let you know that they're all in this time. They want a new beginning. They see long-term here. They're thinking long-term rather than just, you know, a fleeting moment. It is up to you, Leo, especially my Divine Feminines, whether you accept that offer or not. Maybe you could just slowly, you know, let your guard down if that's something that you're able to do. Can you forgive? Can you allow them back in? I mean, it's a personal choice, honestly. I feel this person has learned a lot since you guys have last spoken or seen each other. But what they want to tell you now, since that's what we're focused on here in this reading, is that if commitment was lacking, if teamwork was lacking before, that's exactly what they're wanting to bring in now. Look at that Strength card, and that, of course, is your own card, Leo. It's difficult going through this stuff, you know? Maybe you're not sure. You could certainly still have so much love for this person, but maybe you're not sure what you would do if this actually manifested, or maybe you know that it's going to happen. Someone from your past that you had maybe a tower moment with that person, a separation, something major went down between the two of you. But sometimes the heart wants what it wants, you know? And despite the history that was volatile, maybe some of you guys, and I say some because I don't feel it for everybody, some of you guys might actually be okay with allowing this person to return. But there are also those of you who could be feeling quite vulnerable and not quite sure what it is that you would do or will do. And so I feel with your own vibe coming through with that card, it's telling you that you got to trust your gut on this one. It's time to rise above your confusion about this person, maybe, or your uncertainty, to be able to rise above and to just find the courage to see where it goes, perhaps. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is totally up to you, Leo, how this plays out. But that is what I'm getting, and that's ultimately what this person wants to tell you through this reading. You know, basically, I know I did wrong. Yes, I regret everything that I've done, but I still care for you. I still love you. Basically, it's a desire for a second chance. And maybe there is a part of you, Leo, that's afraid, you know, afraid to let them back in. So this is giving you the courage to make the right decision that feels right for you. We see the masculine coming in as the King of Cups. Some of you might be thinking of a masculine water sign. Could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. King of Cups is specifically Pisces. So I love this energy coming in from the masculine, because this is somebody who's ready to fully commit to a partnership. You know, I see it as that offer of love coming in. Maybe they couldn't offer that before, or they weren't interested in offering that before. So there's the possibility that that will come through here. Two of Wands, okay. Future planning. So this is a masculine that really wants to have you a part of their future, Divine Feminine. And it's definitely someone from your past, okay? This is a past energy, a past influence with the Judgment. They've gone through their awakening. Judgment Day. And, you know, typically it's somebody who wants to make amends. I would not actually be surprised if this person found a way to reach out to you. And that conversation might start off with a heartfelt apology for what they put you through. Some of you might need that. Some of you might not even care. But that could be how that conversation begins. Four of Swords. I feel when that whole tower situation happened, they had no choice but to either take a look at their life and their role and why it happened to begin with, and why you might have ultimately distanced yourself from them, cut them out if that's what actually happened. I feel perhaps, Leo, if you relate to this, maybe you just needed to be on your own for a while and heal from this difficult situation. I feel that was necessary, that was needed, and maybe this individual coming through in this reading needed that as well. They needed to know what life was like without you. and ultimately really missing you and thinking about you and knowing that they made some pretty poor choices here. So Leo, I feel the ball is in your court as to how this is going to play out. I mean, they're still very attracted to you. I feel they still have so much love in their heart for you, or renewed love in their heart for you, because if, you know, they were involved with third parties and such, they weren't really tapped into that. So this person might have truly gone through a transformation. You know, maybe they're much older now and they see things from a very different perspective, to be able to take responsibility for their action and come towards you as a better version of the person that maybe you remember was totally different from that. All right, so if you're open to that, allow things to unfold the way they are meant to, and ultimately it is your decision how it plays out. You have the final answer here. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave your reading. If you are interested in your own reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. That link is down below in the description box. Of course, I'll link all of the decks that you see here down below as well. Thank you so much, Leo. I will see you next time. Take care.